Hey, I would say good afternoon like I normally do to everybody out there here in Shreveport City. Uh, but I'ma just go for what I know. Good evening, everybody. How y'all doing? Y'all know who this is. This your boy Rob Thomas Jr. and this, unfortunately, is a live broadcast of the real news behind the news. Today is Sunday, April 19th, 2026. And y'all, and we have a sad situation here in Shreveport where 8 children from ages 1 to 8 years old, 14 years old, tragically lost their lives to a case of domestic violence here in the city. Also, the 2 adults that were in that home where those children were unfortunately victims of a senseless act of violence, are fighting for their lives. Now, we don't know the situation, the specific situations of the case, but we do know that a baby, 1 year old, and 7 more children ranging from the age of children ranging from the age of 1 to 14, senselessly lost their lives in a case of domestic abuse. Now, to a lot of us, we don't really take domestic abuse that serious because a lot of times it don't affect us. But we're seeing more and more cases of these cases of domestic abuse being, turning out to be fatal. Now, in this case, the perpetrator of the, hey, hello, my brother Head Not, how you doing? Unfortunately, I don't, this is a video that I really, didn't want to do, but I have to do it to bring more and more awareness to domestic violence. Shout out to 50 Cent for what he done when he made those donations to those organizations about domestic violence. On behalf of domestic violence, because this shit is getting real, man. Also, we have to ask the question, in Cedar Road, we have seen a spike in a lot of shootings over in the area of the neighborhood of Cedar Grove. So we need to ask the people of Cedar Grove. You can't tell when somebody gonna shoot somebody or somebody gonna do something to somebody, commit a crime or act of violence. But all of us in the city of Shreveport need to be more proactive in patrolling our neighborhoods, man. Keeping tab, being aware of what's going on your street and on your block. If you see something that looks totally bad, say something, man. We have become so accustomed to this situation of violence in our neighborhoods and in our specific neighborhood that we don't want to say nothing because we are afraid. But now you are being held hostage. How sad is it that 1 or 2 people can hold an entire neighborhood of 5,000 people hostage? That's because those 4,999 people are afraid to say something. I'm pretty sure that in this case here, now I could be wrong. I'm not trying to make no assumptions or accusations, but I'm pretty sure that there were probably a couple of incidents concerning these people before the lead up to this. I could be wrong, but in most cases, this man didn't just all of a sudden just snap like that. There had to be some kind of altercations or other, activities that led up to this. It's not my business to get into my next door neighbors, if they just arguing in the house. But if I see the police being called over there once or twice, in a period of time, I'm gonna be more and more aware. I'm not gonna get off of their business, but I am gonna try to see, hey man, is this dude stalking these people or whatever? And if so, I'm gonna find my own subtle way to address the situation, whereas I won't get in that person's business. I'll be like, man, I see there be a lot of stuff going on. I might say it as a joke, man. Y'all be having too much going on over there. And in a way, I'm trying to open myself up and say, hey, man, is it anything that the neighbors can do to help you with this person who keeps, putting y'all in this situation? But we have to be more proactive when it comes to situations like this. Now, we don't know who knew what was going on in that house, you know. But most times in a situation like this, an event like this, there have been signs already that something like this is going to explode eventually. And here we are today, mourning the tragic loss of life of those children and the two victims who may be fighting for their lives right now. It's sad, man, but Shreveport is a city too small to have this type of problem. And again, to the people of Cedar Grove, it's been a lot of shit going on over in y'all neighborhood lately, man. Are y'all really terrified to say anything? Or or if you see something, to say something? Again, a lot of these Negroes depend on the fact that they have this thing, no snitching in your neighborhood. First of all, again, for the 1,000th time, I'm going to give y'all the difference between protecting your neighborhood and snitching. If you see somebody breaking in Miss Johnson's house across the street, or you see brother Hambone hitting on sister or Shaniqua, behind the scene, call them people, man, on brother Hambone. We don't know what the deal is. Call them people. That's not snitching. If you see somebody breaking in Miss Johnson's house across the street, call them people, man. That is not snitching. Snitching is when two or more people, commit a crime together, and one of those persons tells on everybody else so he can reduce his sentence. That's snitching. You can't snitch if you not implicate a part of a crime, bro. You cannot be a snitch. That's not snitching. That's protecting and getting these fuck ass Negroes out your neighborhood, bro. Plain and simple. For me now, after this situation happened, this brother steals a car and leaves the police on a high-speed chase, which winds up ending in Bossier City where he got shot. I'ma be real. I hate the police shot this nigga and killed him. I would want to see this nigga go to prison and constantly be brutally assaulted every day for the rest of his fucking life. By him getting killed by the police was too easy for his motherfucking ass. Plain and simple. 7 babies, 8 children. 8 children, man, are gone. Again, we don't know. I don't know what happened before this situation, but there had to be signs of something like this, the severity of the situation going on. And a lot of these women, I'm going to be real, have become so toxic, have become so used to just wanting to have a man, they allow a lot of shit go. A lot of these women grew up seeing their mamas getting slapped around by these men, and at the end of the night, after they slapped around, they fought and all this, they go and fuck. They fight, then they fuck. That's why a lot of these young girls now are so addicted to these toxic ass situations, because they see mama and Billy Ray fighting like cats and dogs, and at the end of the night, all they hear is the bed rocking, and mama and Billy Ray done made up the next day. Fuck that. That shit is not normal, young ladies. If you're in a situation where a man is putting his hands on you, get the fuck away. Men, believe it or not, if you're in a situation where a woman is putting her hands on you, first of all, you're a coward ass man. You're not a man, but you get the fuck away. Shout out again to those people who are on the forefront of fighting domestic violence, but you don't know when a domestic violence case is going to go real bad. And tragically, we had that example here in Shreveport today. I don't think justice was served because this young man, the police took him out. Now, I want to see him, literally getting sexually violated every day for the rest of his life by the biggest muscular prisoner in Angola with AIDS. That's what really would have been justice to me, for him to be brutally essayed by the biggest AIDS-infested prisoner in Angola. It was too easy for him to get out off that way. But again, man, be aware of what's going on in your neighborhood. And again, to people in Cedar Grove, not to try to make nobody mad or none of that, but y'all need to check on y'all neighborhood. Y'all neighborhood looking like a shit show right now. The last few instances of violence in Shreveport, high-profile violent instances happening in Cedar Grove. Not judging the people of Cedar Grove, because it's only 5-6 niggas that done this shit. That's what I did. I decided to flee. Exactly, Sponge. Exactly. First of all, as a man, you ain't got no goddamn reason putting your hands on a woman. And really, women, you ain't got no goddamn reason putting your hands on a man. If the situation that bad, well, you all got to put your hands on each other. Somebody needs to get the fuck away. Somebody needs to get the fuck out of there. And to family members. Now, a lot of you women, I'm going to keep this real. When people tell you in your family, y'all at a family gathering and shit go down, people in your family telling you, hey, look, man, you be calling us too much, man, about this Negro. You need to do something. Y'all need to stay out my motherfucking business. You want a motherfucker to stay out your business until a nigga beat the shit out you. Or take your life. Come on now. It's not normal for somebody who said they love you to put their hands on you. It's not normal at all. But again, I don't know. I mean, really, the details from what I'm speaking on are the details that are publicly known. Anything that changes from this point on, I'll come back and I'll bring you all an update. But there's really no update. I don't feel justice was served by the police taking this man's life on the side of the road. I wanted to see him go to the most violent penitentiary on the planet and lose his life there. I wanted him to be tormented for 8 years, a year for each one of them lives that he took. Violently tormented. Yeah, I'm speaking just like that. I wanted if real justice would have, he would have suffered violence for a year for each one of those victims before his life was taken. Hey, man, this your boy Rob Thomas Jr. saying, man, keep an eye on your people. Keep an eye on your neighborhood. If you see a case of domestic violence, don't go try to, preach to them folks. Call the police. It ain't snitching. It's called protecting your neighborhood. Y'all know that we the only one that got neighborhoods. Every other motherfucking group of people got communities. This is the reason why. Y'all be blessed.